I'm back in the woods. It's exciting. So, yep, the weather cleared up. It's a bit windy, but it is blue skies and sunny. Um, cool, but the right kind of cool for walking around. RG picked me up just a bit ago from the hotel. And I swung by Jack's. And guess what I got? A sandwich. So I am fueled up and ready to go. I'm not sure where I'm going to go to today, but I'll find somewhere to go. Man, we had a great time last night. I hung out with RG and Stingray, and RG made some corned beef and cabbage for St. Patrick's Day. So we got to hang out and share funny stories about our adventures on the AT together, and the food was just absolutely incredible, and we just had a lot of laughs and a good time. So that was really nice to hang out with those guys. I'm going to put a video on here at some point. Maybe I'll just throw it on right after this. Last night was loud, and man, was the rain blowing like crazy. So I'll throw the video on after this so you guys can see what woke me up at about 11 o'clock last night. It was pretty hairy. It was definitely a good thing not to be out here. But now I'm out here, so I'm going to go walk around. So I'll see you guys while I walk around. Hi. So I just want to show you this real quick. This is the trail right now after all that rain that we had last night. And I'm sure I'm going to run into a lot of this, but man, I've just been walking for like 10 minutes and I've already run across like 3 or 4 of these. So check it out. Hey friends, man, I just had something really cool happen. I'm just cruising along here and a big old whitetail just ran across the trail about 15 feet in front of me, and it just leaped over the trail. It was super cool. Obviously, I wish I could have caught it on video, but there's no way, unless I was videoing at the time, that I was ever going to capture that. But it kind of freaked me out at first because there's this huge movement of fur in front of me, but man, it was like this big majestic beast jumping over the trail. It was super cool. So anyway, that's it. I just wanted to tell you guys that I just saw some really cool stuff. Better than a snake. Hi, everybody. Well, I'm in a bit of a quagmire here. All this rain has really made these streams rise. And I'm in a spot that RG told me that there was kind of a cut through that's part of the actual real trail that some people don't realize is there, that makes you miss this really busy highway. Instead of going down the highway, you just simply go across. So I went to said cut through, and the water is raging. So I thought I'd come and try the way that would take me down the road, and it's even worse. So now I'm hiking back to the spot that I'm gonna have to just basically grin and bear it and probably be about, I don't know, knee deep to get across that sucker. So wish me luck. Here we go. Ooh, that's cold, and it is getting deeper and deeper. Ow! Oh, and it's slippery, or as I would say, slippy. Look at this garbage. Oh man, I mean just, ugh. Now, miles of these slosh and wet, sloppy. Ugh. Well, I guess I don't have to worry about my shoes getting wet again for a while. They're not drying anytime soon. And they are full of water. I might have to stop and splash them out. All right, well, old Wetfoot here is going to continue on. Man, I feel like I'm on the Florida Trail here. This is just ridiculous. I mean, it is nature and all, so it's not really ridiculous, but I was not expecting this much of a mess, and it's probably going to get worse later on. Once I get to the next ascent, I go up, and up at the top, there's a lot of private land that I think you kind of weave in and out of. And it's an ATV park. So there's all these just big mud holes. Oh man, big mud holes, probably like swimming pools full of water that I gotta deal with. I don't know. I'm just thinking that's what the scoop is, but hey, I'm sloshing in water again. What do you know? But whatever, that's just how it goes out here. So I was thinking about going to the shelter that was like really far away, but man, if my shoes are this wet, socks, I can't get them dry enough, I might be just absolutely miserable to try to walk that far, however far that is. I don't know what's going on. As usual, I'm just going to make things up as I go, just like I do on here. So I'm going to keep going, and I will talk to you guys later. Hey guys, I just climbed up to Davis Mountain Shelter, where I'm going to sit and take a quick break. I'm going to show you guys around. I actually thought about coming here the other day, and I was highly advised by RG and a few other hikers not to come here, mainly because it basically faces due west, and all that storm stuff that came in, it would have literally just blown right into it. It's kind of a small shelter, and I guess most hikers don't really like to stay here because you can see right behind me there is a ATV road. And so the guys that, guys and gals that like to get out on their ATVs just come up here and basically they hoot and they holler, I guess is what they do. So it's just, there's a lot of trash. There's actually a kind of a trash can. I don't know who would come up here and empty that, but I'm going to turn the camera around and show you guys around. It's got a beautiful view. It's just, you got to look beyond all the piles of garbage. So let me show you around, and then I'm going to sit and take a break. Man, here's the trail. I just felt like my feet were getting dry. And that is the trail. That's it. Right there. The river. Oh, man. All right. Well, hey, I'll see you guys later with some wetter, more wettest feet. Wetter feet. But I'm not going to have more feet. The feet that I do have are going to be more wet. That was what I was trying to say. So, all right, I need to stop stalling and just walk through this thing. And that's the trail right there. I'm trying to stay on the side, yet somehow my feet are still getting just totally swamped out. There it goes, man. That is the trail. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. That's why I can't believe it, because it's unbelievable. My shoes are still wet. Look at this nonsense. The trail's on the other side. But I got good news. I love bridge. I'm gonna go walk across this bridge. Although I'm a little concerned because it's roped off on the other side, but I think if I was shoes, I would say rhythm beats rope. So I hope. Let's hope this bridge works. Oh man, God. We're gonna be like Indiana Jones going across this thing. All right, I'll see you guys hopefully dry on the other side or somewhere, but dry. It's really nasty down here too. Look at, man, it's just everywhere. Ah! All right, ciao. But all right, it wasn't roped off. I just saw those yellow things and I thought it was crossed off. But man, do I love bridge. Thank God. That is some nasty stuff. All right, onward. My shoes are still wet. My feet are still wet. Hello everyone. So I just made it to, God, I keep forgetting the name of this shelter. I keep wanting to call it Sleepy Hollow. It's something hollow shelter. It's driving me bananas. Anyway, I made it here. And I'm in Quagmire number 2 for the day. Oh, look, it says up there, Hawkins Hollow Shelter. So it's 2:30. I've done almost 14 miles to get here. And I have to go, oh, I don't know, somewhere. I don't know. I think it's like 5. These stupid miles. I don't know, 5 miles. Let's just say 5 miles. 6 miles. 1282, 4, subtract the 3, 9.3, I don't know. Subtract the 3, 9, 1282, 4, 6, subtract the 3, 9, 1282. To get to the next shelter. there's camping in between with no water, which obviously there's plentiful water here. I have to lug it up, and you know how I am about that. That's not the problem so much, is that I don't know what side of these mountains that the tent sites are on, and it is, I don't know if you can tell in this video, but it is pretty windy. Even down here, I'd say there's probably 15 plus mile an hour gusts. And I know when I was up in elevation earlier, it was really windy. So I don't know if I want to go up there, and I don't know if I want to lug water up to a really windy spot. But man, I'll just be sitting here doing nothing half the day. Oh man, it's just so much, so many problems out here, so much drama. All right, well listen, if you want rhythm to stay at the shelter, press 1. If you want rhythm to hike to a tent site and carry a bunch of water up, press 2. And if you want rhythm to go the 6 miles from here and just go ahead and knock it out and pass the border into Georgia, press 3. Let's see what happens. Well, it looks like you chose 3. I'm going, man. I'm going for it. I looked at Gut Hook. I'm 5.7 from that shelter. I ate some Cheez-Its. I'm gonna camel up on some water. And I had a Snickers. And it really did satisfy. So I'm just gonna go for it, man. I'm gonna pull a dock. Oh, it's under 6 miles. Nothing to it. Oh, so part of my candy bar just fell off. And I'm gonna eat it right off the ground here. So yeah, man, next time I see you guys, might be at the shelter, because I'm just going to put my head down and climb up 1,000 plus feet to the top of this thing and ridge walk, and then go down to the shelter. I say that, I'll end up stopping and video and stuff and doing some goofy nonsense or something, but that's my plan, is to not do anything. I'm just going to put my headphones on and jam out and get to the shelter. So I'm gonna turn this thing back on. I know I will. Oh man. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey Northrop, will you tell Cindy that I'm gonna change that early April return to maybe like, I don't know, early October? Huh? Yeah? Alright. I told you I'd get on here right away. God, I haven't even left the shelter yet. Alright, now I'm leaving. Bye. Hey guys, I know I told you I wasn't going to stop, but I want to show you this. And I just scared a bunch of venison again. I also saw a turkey yesterday and one today. But I want to show you this view before I continue on. I think I'm about 30 minutes from the border of Georgia, which is exciting. But then I realize I'm going to lose an hour. The time changes when I cross over, so whatever time it is, I really won't know what time it is. I'm going to get really screwed up. But anyway, I will definitely be stopping there and checking out the, there's a couple flags or something sticking out. But I want to show you this view, so enjoy. Look at this irony. Look where I am. I made it to the Georgia border. Woo-hoo-hoo. Pretty excited. But I gotta run because there is some nasty rain off in the distance, and I have about a mile, I think, still left to the shelter. So I had to take a couple still shots, and then I gotta jog, man. It's looking nasty out there. Hello, everybody. Well, I just beat the rain. I did have to stop and pull out my umbrella real quick, but it just was kind of a drizzle. It sounded like it was going to be coming pretty bad the way that it sounded in the trees, but it might have been wind. But I got to the shelter. Yay! But it is a total train wreck. Not the shelter itself, it's in great shape, but all the water from, I'm standing on the picnic table so I don't get wet. There's water wherever the water source is just pouring into this area. So there is water underneath me. Basically, I had to like rock hop into the shelter and then use this picnic table. So I got to figure out where the actual water source is. But I mean, it's just all around. I know this is not the best camera to use for this, but it's not anything special to see. So anyway, yeah, man, I got here, I think it's 6:20 in the state of Georgia. I think I told you on the last video, I had to call Stu and ask him what time it was. Because I couldn't figure out if my phone had switched or not. So anyway, man, I've been walking for, God, man, 9 hours, 10 hours. I don't know what the time changed. It could have been 1 hour. Jeez, but I went about 19 or 20 miles. My feet are beat. I'm tired. I haven't eaten a lot. I'm going to get some water and hang out and eat and edit some videos and probably call it a night unless something really exciting happens here. But it is looking like I am all alone, which is going to be okay with me, especially with all this water. And I got to get up and pee in the middle of the night. I don't want to tromp through that. I can just stand on the edge of this thing and do my business. So, I guess, unless something fun happens later, this will be it. Long day, a lot of water, my shoes are still wet, and I am not too far from the place, whatever the town is that's next. It seems very important, but I gotta go in there and resupply and whatever, and I can't think of the name of it. That's a big one. I'll see you guys tomorrow.